May we introduce probably the toughest special forces unit in the world, the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs are the elite force of the US Army, and this much can be said about them. Even for special forces, they are still something special. The Navy SEALs unit is one of the only units that is specialized in combat on the ground, in the air, as well as in and underwater. It faces the toughest intake requirements a military unit can have, and then it also includes the toughest training in the world. After all, about 80% of all trainees drop out of the almost 3-year training. And it's exactly this training that we want to talk about today. So stay tuned here at Wonderlane. So now, let's move on to the training of Navy SEALs, and first and foremost to the aptitude test for Navy SEALs, where already a large part of the candidates fail. In the screening test, the prospective soldiers have to swim 500 meters in 12 minutes, do 42 push-ups in 2 minutes, do 50 sit-ups in 2 minutes, then run 2.5 kilometers in soldier's gear in under 11 minutes, and finally pass an IQ test with an above-average result of at least 104 IQ points. They must also be under 28 years old and pass a number of psychological tests. Only those who have passed all these tests, which are usually carried out in just one day, are admitted to the SEAL training. The training takes place in various military bases in the USA and is divided into 3 phases, which we now present to you. In the first phase of the Navy SEAL training, the main focus is on one thing: physical fitness and extreme physical resilience. For this purpose, the soldiers are exposed to extreme workouts for several hours a week. In addition to strength exercises, they also do endurance runs and long-distance swims. They also do dives in the swimming pools at the military base. For physical flexibility, they perform obstacle courses that simulate real-life conditions. On average, SEALs sleep less than 4 hours a night during the week. It is not uncommon for them to cover nearly 300 running kilometers in a week. Towards the end of the first phase comes the so-called Hell Week. In this week, the future soldiers are supposed to reach their absolute limits. For this purpose, the week starts on the first day with artificial weapon firings and explosions to create the necessary intensity. In the past, there have even been training sessions where prospective Navy SEALs had to crawl under machine gun fire. During Hell Week, soldiers also train in real terrain, including the open ocean, in severe storms, and tremendous heat. One component of Hell Week is also to build teamwork skills, as trainees are mostly dependent on supporting each other. In addition to all these physical demands, they are also subjected to psychological stress, for example, by being constantly drilled. After this enormous first phase of training, we move on to the second phase. Here, the objective is mainly to learn skills and abilities in diving. So, the SEALs get an extensive diving training to be prepared against any threat underwater. In addition, they are taught physical knowledge behind their vehicles and their weapons. And then it goes into the third phase of training, which takes place, among other places, in the famous training base called The Rock. A central component of the third phase is the handling of weapons. The soldiers learn everything technical about the weapons, and then eventually learn to use them to perfection. They are also trained in driving various types of vehicles. Then, they are also taught military strategy and navigation, which requires them to navigate through unknown terrain. At the end of the third phase, each Navy SEAL is assigned to his or her own subunit, because even among the SEALs, they have smaller subunits that specialize in different things. There are SEAL units that specialize in desert and urban environments, jungle environments, on underwater missions, or even on Arctic environments. In their respective subunit, the SEALs are taught the remaining special skills. This is where the final touches are made. After the 3 phases and a total of almost 30 months of intensive training, the SEALs are then fully trained soldiers and ready for real missions. By the way, in the meantime, even women are admitted for the Navy SEAL training. But so far, however, no woman has been able to complete the training. And what do you say? Do you think you could be able to complete such an education? And which part of the training do you find the most extreme? Write it down in the comments below. Until next time, here at Wonderlane.